Hello and welcome to Ask a Web Geek. My name is CJ Gilbert, and you're joining us for the podcast Ask a Web Geek. I'm so glad that you're here with me today, and I want to wish you a happy new year. What? Can I still say that? It's February 2022. Yeah, I'm still going to say that. Hasn't time moved quickly? The last year went so fast, and time is just not slowing down. So I am so glad to be back with you. I'm going to make this an official podcast episode. And so if you've only been subscribed to our podcast, it's been a while since I've spoken to you. If you're part of our Facebook group already, you've seen me pop in and out a couple times over the last year. So good to see you again, however you're joining us. And I've got a great show for you today. I'm gonna let you know how you can get plugged into our community. I'm gonna share some resources with you, and I'm gonna invite your questions for our future episodes. So welcome back. If you've not joined us before, this is Ask a Web Geek. It is a podcast, hopefully a weekly podcast, where you can ask any questions that you have on websites, social media, email marketing, any tools and technology that you use online for your business and you need help. My name's CJ, and I'm here to help you with any of those questions. So come right in, grab a seat, leave a comment underneath the video, come join our Facebook group, and let me know what questions that you have, and I'll be delighted to answer those. Once upon a time, I would use my, I would, it's been a long time. Will you give me a little grace in today's episode as I get back into the swing of things? And I just realized I forgot to put my hat on, so we got to do that. I'll put on my hat here for your amusement. But bam, there it is. Here's my safari hat. Why do I wear this hat? I am the safari guide, the web safari guide, and I'm here to help lead you through the jungle that is the internet. And I want to encourage you with one of my favorite jungle animals today. We have our elephant. And I love the elephant as a metaphor for a couple reasons. But one of those greatest reasons is, what have you heard this expression, how do you eat an elephant? The answer is one bite at a time. And things could be daunting for you in your web jungle, your business jungle this week or this year. You could be looking at some really big projects and you don't know where to start and you feel overwhelmed. And I certainly understand that feeling very much. So if you're like me and you get overwhelmed thinking about all the things that you want to do or that you could do, won't you also join me in this piece of encouragement? One bite at a time, basically one step at a time. That's how you eat an elephant. That's how you do anything. And so the elephant and I will encourage you today to take those steps forward in your business today and just focus on doing one thing at a time. I want to welcome you to the podcast. My name's CJ Gilbert, and you've joined Ask a Web Geek. And I'm so pleased that you're with us today. Let's jump right in. So glad that you're with us here today. Now that I've shown you the hat, I'm going to take it off. Ask a Web Geek. Welcome. My name is CJ Gilbert. Feel free to reach out to me, CJ at AskAWebGeek.com. You can check out all the links and details and show notes at AskAWebGeek.com. This is the place where we ask you, what would you like to ask a web geek? You're welcome to ask me any questions that you like about anything involving the technology and where it meets your business. I start from the foundation of your website. I believe that your website is your number one tool to grow and support your business. And if you think of it like that, it can actually enhance each aspect of your business. It can help you attract more customers, make more sales, enhance your customer service, increase your efficiency. All these things add up to help you save time, save money, and ultimately serve your clients better, faster, and easier. Before we get too far into the program today, I want to congratulate you. If you're listening to me right now, if you're watching this program on Facebook or YouTube, or you're listening to the podcast, that means you're one of the few people, the small percentage in the world that's actively looking to improve yourself, improve your life, and improve your business. And if that's you, and it is because you're hearing me right now, I want to encourage you and I want to say congratulations. You're in the right place, doing the right thing at the right time. And I want to tell you, give yourself a pat on the back because you're doing good. Keep going. One step at a time, one bite at a time. Want to encourage you, here's the way that you can get plugged into the Ask a Web Geek community. The first thing is check out our website, askawebgeek.com. We have links to all of these things. Whoop, all of these things available for you. One of the buttons is going to take you right to our Facebook group where you're welcome to join. I do a lot of the pre-meeting there. I chat with folks. That's our live studio audience. If you want to be part of our group and our live studio audience, come to the Facebook group. Ask me any questions that you have. The next button on that page is going to let you subscribe on YouTube. So please do that. Come on over to the Ask a Web Geek channel on YouTube, subscribe, and I'd love to have you in that community as well. If you're a Twitter user, follow us on Twitter, Ask a Web Geek. You can ask me questions there directly. That's me behind the Ask a Web Geek Twitter channel. So please come on over if you're a Twitter user and connect with me there. And finally, it's a podcast and it's in all the podcast players. I've got links right on the website to the Apple podcast and the Google podcast and Spotify. And whatever is your preferred podcast player, you should be able to search Ask a Web Geek and it'll pop right up. You can even ask Alexa to play the Ask a Web Geek podcast. And if your diction is clear enough, she'll understand you and pull it right up. If you discover that the podcast is not on the podcast player of your choice, please let me know that. Email cj@askawebgeek.com. I want to make sure it's available on the platform that you prefer. Here's our quick disclaimer. You must be willing to have your question or issue addressed in a public forum. I do offer private one-on-one coaching, and if that's something that you need, by all means, let me know and we can work that out together. However, take advantage of this opportunity to ask your question. Maybe you've got a question that you don't feel is too private or you don't mind if we discuss it right here on the show. That's the one that I invite you to ask here, and we'll do anything we can to help you with that. If little research, take a look at a live website. If I can teach about a topic, I would love to do that. So thanks for bringing that to us. Keep in mind, it's publicly available in all these places. I'll always protect your privacy, your passwords, and these kinds of things. We have ways of hiding a lot of that information. But keep in mind, it is a public forum, and we invite everyone in with their questions. Also, keep in mind, this is not legal or professional advice. I recommend that you have your business attorney, you have your CPA, you have the professional licensed professionals in your business to ask these important legal and professional things. That's not me. I'm a web geek with over 25 years of experience on the internet, and that's what I'm here to consult with you about. So please, of course, have those legal and financial professionals available because you accept responsibility for everything. Who am I? My name is CJ Gilbert. I've been a website designer and developer for over 25 years, and now I'm also a speaker and author. I learned really early on in my business that most business owners know they need a website, but they have no idea what to do with it. And so, with that in mind, I started writing down some of my thoughts, and I ended up writing the book, 5 Golden Keys to Sharpen Your Website. And from there, I became a speaker and I have the great opportunity and privilege to teach entrepreneurs and business owners what to do with their website, how to think of it like their number one tool so they can grow and support their business. And here's a bonus tip for you today. Did you know that your website is the only thing you can fully own and control online? Of course, I want you to come join our Facebook group. I want you to subscribe to us on YouTube, but I also want you to always remember that your website, your own website, is the only thing you can fully own and control online. I believe that my business is serving your business. I believe that as a result of my work, I get to help you do more business and do better business. And I would encourage you to be on the lookout for a golden nugget that you can take away from today's message. You may find that one thing that's going to encourage you to take a step forward or unlock a new idea in your mind. Please write that down and take action on it as soon as possible. And let me know what that was, because I would be delighted to hear about it. Ask a Web Geek, where we are officially sponsored by some wonderful folks that have given me a coffee mug and encouraged me to represent their business. And I want to thank Melissa Allen for being one of those people early on in the podcast And so I would love to encourage you to check out one of her amazing websites and products at theactivelifecompany.com. She has an all natural skin protectant called Cover, and she's created this code for our community, Web Geek. All one word, all uppercase, Web Geek, and you'll save 15% on anything that you order off of her website. And it would be delightful to me to learn that some of you learned about her product through my program and that you were able to then get a hold of that. There's now new versions of this product for men and for women. There's a new camo design that she's got going on. So check that out at theactivelifecompany.com. The other thing that I'm doing twice a week is leading a virtual business networking meeting with exceptional entrepreneurs. We're live every Thursday and Friday. We open the doors at 11:30 a.m. Pacific, and that begins our open networking time. I help people check in, make sure their Zoom stuff is working and their mic and everything is working so we can hear them and they can hear us. And then I open up the breakout rooms and allow people to start chatting in an open networking forum. And then at noon Pacific, that's where the official structured agenda starts taking place. And we have a 1-hour virtual business networking meeting, which includes some education for you to make the most of your experience in this room, as well as any others you may attend. We all do our member introductions. Everyone has 30 seconds to introduce themselves, talk a little bit about their work and their business and who they're looking to connect with. And then we have often a member speaker gets to share with us in an 8-minute speaking spot more about their work and their business. And that's always a lot of fun. And then we have testimonials where our members talk back to us as a group about who they recommend that you connect with next. And we wrap it up with some resources and reminders. And that hour from noon to 1 is recorded and also broadcast into our Facebook group, Exceptional Entrepreneurs. And if you miss it, we've got a great way for you to catch it again later. And then we do a little more open networking. If you've made a contact or two with some folks during the live meeting, you're welcome to continue to take advantage of our breakout rooms and chat with them after 1. These are jam-packed with amazing people and all kinds of different business expertise. And I would encourage you to come check us out, Exceptional Entrepreneurs. You'll find the links to that underneath this video in the show notes at my website, AskAWebGeek.com. Check it out. Would love to have you as part of that group. You'll find the links right there to meetup.com, or if you're just hearing the sound of my voice, you can go to meetup.com and search Exceptional Entrepreneurs. You'll probably see my face on one of those pictures. And finally, if you haven't seen it already, I want to encourage you to check out my free video workshop, my website, safari.com. I'm going to refer back to this in just a few minutes, but here's the link to it, my website, safari.com. All right, now's the time we're going to go a little deeper into the jungle. I've given you all the introductory information, and now I want to share some information, some more resources for you to take advantage of. But let me pause and take a drink of water as we want to stay hydrated here in the web jungle. It's a tricky place to be. All righty. It's now time to Ask a Web Geek. This is the time of the program where I would take all of your questions and I would answer them. And I would have slides for you to go over all the topics, whatever you want to learn. Or if we're looking at a live website, we can do that as well. In today's program, we're doing a little bit of a reboot. And I'm getting back into the swing of things. And I'm learning how this live works. And I'm learning how my software works. And this weekend, I'm going to be relearning how I edit my videos and produce the podcast. So more fun for me still to come. But for you, I want you to be able to plug right into some of our previous episodes and get some value from some of the previous shows we've done. So if you head to the website right now, AskAWebGeek.com, you're going to see the most recent episode that we did was episode 41, where I caution you, I warn you about a domain name renewal and listing scam that drives me crazy. Did you know that your domain name information, the registration information, is public knowledge? And because of that, companies can send you what looks like an invoice in the mail, but it's not an invoice at all. And if you don't know any better, you might accidentally pay a company that you did not mean to. And so I'm here to say, stop, warning. Check out episode 41, where I show you exactly what it looks like and exactly how you can make sure that you're not taken advantage of by this scam. I hate that these people can do this. It feels very deceptive to me. And so that's why I'm here to caution you, warn you about this situation, and encourage you to make the right decisions. And I've got tools and resources to make sure that you're not going to get taken advantage of. So you can check that out in episode 41. If you go back a couple more episodes, look for episode 38, where I teach you how to use Google My Business. In an episode or two before that, we talked about how to get yourself listed on Google, both in terms of the map listing and your website listing. So that was in, I want to say, episode 36, but I did mention it specifically during episode 38 about that information. And in episode 38, I'm showing you exactly how to set up your Google My Business profile, which puts you on the map and also sends a link back to your website. Very important these days for you to be listed on Google. And I've got information on exactly how to do that in episode 38. In episode 34, I talked all about my free video workshop that I just shared with you moments ago at my website, safari.com. But I go a little more in depth in this episode about what's involved in that. You see, there are 7 videos. Each one of them is less than 10 minutes long, and they're all about how to make your website work for your business. And so you can learn all about that in episode 34, or just jump right into the program at my website, safari.com. And finally, check out episode 29. I had multiple episodes right around those numbers on how to use Zoom. Right when everything went changed in 2020, and we were all shut down and we all had to hide inside of our offices. I did 4 different episodes on using Zoom. I'm going to guess, because this one's episode 29, 28, 27. I'll bet it's 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. Those 4 episodes are all about using Zoom. You'll find those at askawebgeek.com. And in the middle of those was episode 29, where I borrowed a message from my speaking coach, RV Robinson. She had shared 7 ways to share your message virtually, and I stole her material from her ruthlessly and totally without asking for her permission. And I shared that information as one of my shows so that I could teach you about the specific tools and platforms that you could use to share your message virtually. So I took her material, I added my own spin on it to make sure that I was answering some of the geek related things and the specific platforms about how to share your message virtually. So in episode 29, I'm sharing 8 ways to share your message virtually. I want to give full credit to RV about the source of all of that material. And then, of course, I added my own information about those platforms. So check that out. These are all available for you through the website, askawebgeek.com. If you're in the Facebook group and you scroll down far enough, you'll find the extended version of those shows as we went live with our studio audience. Or if you're subscribed to our YouTube channel, you can find them there. Or if you're listening to this as a podcast, you'll also be able to scroll down and find those episodes beneath this episode. So however you're consuming this right now, or however you'd like to check out these videos or podcasts, please help yourself. Please share these with anyone in your network that you feel could use these for their own business. I want to encourage you to join our Facebook group. Ask any questions that you have there in the group and jump into some of the conversations that are already going. This one right here should still be pinned to the top of our page. I would love to have your input. Can you recommend some good books and resources on inexpensive guerrilla marketing techniques and ideas? I've got some of my own recommendations for resources. I've got some of my recommended books that we've been talking about. In fact, I just posted once again a list of my books just today. So that's going to be underneath this video or around it in the Facebook group. Check that out. Check out some of those books. Please leave me your own recommendations. We'd love to add those to our resource page. And then you're going to have questions. I've got a ton of resources here for you to take advantage of, but I would also love to answer any questions that you may have on any of these topics. And I want to invite you to come directly to the Facebook group, directly to Twitter, Feel free to leave a comment underneath any of the videos on YouTube or send me an email directly to cj@askawebgeek.com. And I would love to tackle your question, your most irritating problem in your web jungle on an upcoming show. So thank you so much for being here with me this morning. I want to thank our sponsors one more time, Melissa with theactivelifecompany.com. Check out what she's doing. Check out her all natural skin protectant. It's very good. And don't forget to use our code that she made us, Web Geek. I didn't ask her to do that. She did that all by herself. Please tell her thank you by purchasing one of her products and use the code to save yourself 15% while you're at it. Check out what we're doing with exceptional entrepreneurs over at meetup.com. You'll find us on Meetup, you'll find us on Eventbrite, and you'll also find us on Facebook. There's a Facebook page and a Facebook group. And we'd love for you to join us in an upcoming meeting Thursdays and Fridays of each week. You're welcome to either of those or both of those as your schedule allows. And won't you please also check out my free video workshop, mywebsitesafari.com, and learn exactly how to make your website work for you. Thank you so much for your time and attention on today's reboot episode, getting back into the swing of things. Thank you for your patience as I stumbled through my technology here today. I promise to do all the fails and all the problems right here for you so that it can just be easy for you after that. Does that sound like a good plan? I'll struggle through it so you don't have to. And I would love for you to take advantage of all of our previous shows, as well as feel free to ask me any questions that you have. You'll find all the links and details at AskAWebGeek.com. My name is CJ Gilbert. At Gilbert Studios Website Design and the Ask a Web Geek podcast, we understand that the internet is a jungle. It's so easy to get lost and fall down a hidden trap that you didn't see coming, get yourself stuck into some quicksand that you can't seem to get out of, take a wrong turn and find that you're lost down a pathway that you didn't want to go. Avoid all of that by joining up with a tribe. Hire a well-trained guide who can lead you through and get you where you want to go. Remember our elephant this week as you take one bite at a time through your web jungle, and let me know how I can support you. Thanks so much for being part of the community. My name is CJ, and I want to wish you a wonderful week. God bless. Thanks for watching. Consideration for this program is brought to you by, I don't know. You remember when they used to say things like that? That's awesome. Have a great week. We'll see you soon. It's a little bit of an experiment, but glad that you joined me here today for my Ask a Web Geek reboot, something like that. Ask a Web Geek website open, and I'm going to show you the last couple episodes that we did. I'm going to invite you to come to AskAWebGeek.com. If you click the green button, that takes you right back here into the Facebook group where you can join. I'd love for you to do that. The blue button's going to take you over to YouTube so you can subscribe over there. Let's see what that looks like these days. It's been a little while. 159 subscribers. Welcome. So glad that you've joined us there. Thank you so much for being there, and so glad that you're with us in that format. Let's see if I can flip back. Here's my website, gilbertstudios.com. If I can help you with anything website related, please check that out. I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen here just for a second so that I can sneeze. And now that I've said that, I'm probably not going to need to. Isn't that always the way it goes? All right, so if you see me disappear, you'll know exactly what's happening. The internet's a jungle. Roar!